Hey everyone, it's Kayla from The Casual Crafter, and today we're going to be doing round 2 of Boho style Christmas decor. We're going to be making some simple DIYs using items from Walmart and Dollar Tree. I hope you all enjoy, and let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so here I have a few dowels. I actually just cut down a long skewer that they had during the summertime at Dollar Tree. And I just cut these into a triangle shape and then with a dowel through the middle. There's already twine tied at the bottom because I actually used larger string beforehand and it ended up warping and bowing the edges of the triangle. So you'll see I switched to this cotton twine. So yeah, I'm just gluing all the tips together, and then I'm taking a white acrylic paint and some water and just kind of whitewashing the dowels that I have because they had like a yellow tint to them that I didn't really like that much. I just did this to lighten them up a bit. So here I'm taking that cotton twine you can get at Dollar Tree. Make sure you get a good amount of it so you don't have to re-glue the end at a different time. It's not a big deal if you do have to, but it's just easier if you take a lot at one time. So you're just going to be wrapping this around in different ways. So you're going to go under, over, and repeat. It's just the same pattern over and over. As you can see here, this is kind of the pattern you follow. And it's kind of time consuming, but not very difficult. And then I just glued off the end at the top. And here you can see that was the larger string I used beforehand. But here I'm just taking some of that cotton twine, about 3 or 4 strands of it, and just looping it around the bottom. And I just repeat that for the whole thing. I did end up putting that on stilts. I cut a dowel down a couple times and just screwed them into some Jenga blocks at the bottom. Here I'm taking this fabric I got in the clearance section at Walmart. I just really liked the green color, so I just cut a triangle out of that, and I'm going to be just gluing the edges together. Obviously you can use a rotary cutter or something and make it look maybe the lines look a little cleaner and everything. But I just glue the edges, and then I'm going to be stuffing that with some stuffing. I actually keep stuffing from dog toys that my dog destroys, and that's what I end up using here. I just keep a bag of it. So I just kind of squish and flatten that out, and then I put a dowel in the bottom, and then I'm going to glue the edges up into that dowel so that it is in there pretty snugly. And then I just took a Jenga block from Dollar Tree. I just drilled a hole in it so the dowel would fit. I'm going to be repeating this. I should have ironed this fabric, but I didn't. And I just took this white fabric I got at Walmart. I'm going to be doing the same thing here, just gluing the edges, stuffing it. If you want a stronger hold, they do make like fabric glue for glue guns, but I didn't think these would be getting messed with too much, so I just used the hot glue. If you don't have a dog that destroys toys, you can always get an inexpensive pillow at Walmart and use that stuffing. It's usually a lot cheaper than getting like actual batten at like a craft store. So yeah, I'm just taking the Jenga blocks, and I decided I wanted to stack 2 of them together, and then I just hot glue a little in the hole that I drilled, and glue it in. I did make 2 of the green ones, so that's why you see another set here. Again, I didn't love the color of the wood, so I'm just doing that whitewash that I did earlier on the other project. Just taking some acrylic paint and a little bit of water and just washing those down and letting them dry. And I think that makes the wood look a little bit lighter in color, which I like better. And here I'm going to be using some chain, a star ornament that I got at Walmart, and some painter sticks. I'm going to be measuring those out to some different lengths. Then I'm just going to sand those edges, and I'm going to try to make them into a tree shape. So I had this chain actually from some of the springtime, like wind chimes and stuff that they had at Dollar Tree. But you can get chain, I'll leave a link down below. They have chains similar to this at Walmart. I'm just going to be gluing 2 ends of it to the star that I have at the top. And then I'm going to kind of line it up with the first painter stick that I have and mark off where I need to drill the holes. So I'm just going to be drilling the holes in the top, and then you see I loop that chain through and just use some pliers to pinch it around. So then I didn't even bother to mark on the ends of each of them. I just kind of drilled a hole in each corner where I thought it looked okay. And I'm going to be repeating this process throughout all of it. Drilling holes, putting them in, measuring, and then drilling more holes, putting in the chain. I'll just let you watch. I believe I ended up going in 1.5 inches on each side for the end of the painter stick, approximately, each time. So here I'm doing my trick that you've seen previously, some white acrylic paint and some water. I wanted it to be a lighter wood color. I know it's already the natural wood color, and if you're fine with that, that's fine. Or if you want to stain it, that's fine too. But I just printed out some font that I liked. It was the saying, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas." And here I'm using this trick where you shade the back of the paper and then put it on the thing itself and trace over it. It'll leave the pencil mark of the shape you traced. Obviously, if you have like a cricket or a silhouette, you could use that. Or if you have letters in a font you like, you can use those as well, just like stickers. So once that's all traced, I'm going to be going in. I had this really fine tip black marker that I'm going to trace over all the letters with. And then I started to fill it in with that as well, and I realized that was going to be a pain. So I took a thicker permanent marker. I was afraid it was going to bleed at the edges, so I took a thicker permanent marker and filled in majority of each of the letters, and then used a finer tip marker to fill in the edges. This was kind of a pain in the butt. If you don't care that much, or if you have like a marker you're confident in, obviously you can use that. So here you can see I'm just taking a Tinsel Tree that I got at Dollar Tree and one of their mop heads. I'm going to be taking the mop head out of the package. And then with the Tinsel Tree, I'm going to be taking all the tinsel off so that I can get the base. It's pretty easy to take off. You just find the end. That's probably the hardest part. You find the end and then you just unwrap the entire thing. And then you're left with the tree base. It's like a cone shape. And then I'm just going to be taking the mop head and pulling some strands out. They're not the longest strands, but you get quite a few on each mop head. I think I only ended up using like half a mop head for this whole tree. So I'm just going to be hot gluing this around the end. You could probably not hot glue every single part of it and just wrap it, but I wanted it to be pretty tight to the cone. So I did end up hot gluing it a lot, and obviously that way you use a lot more hot glue. But yeah, I just followed that around all the way up. It was a little time consuming, but it didn't take that long. And I feel like it goes with that boho-y vibe. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and leave a comment down below of what your favorite item I made today was. Next week, make sure you tune back in for even more Christmas DIYs. I'll be posting on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Central Time for the entire holiday season. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!